Have you ever noticed that most emergencies don't happen at high noon? In fact, most of them happen well into the nighttime when it's dark out. Maybe your truck or your Jeep breaks down on an old country road. Maybe it's just a winter storm or a summer storm and it knocks all your power out. Or maybe it's something as simple as your dog has slipped its leash and now you're trying to find it in the dark. Today I'm going to show you two tools that I've been testing from NEXTORCH, and they solve two completely different problems. One helps you see things or find things in the dark, and the other one helps you fix those things that you do find in the dark. So let's get to the video. And before this video is over, I'm going to show you a couple of reasons why both of these tools have earned a permanent spot in my Jeep. I do want to say a real quick thank you to NEXTORCH for sending these products out to me to not only do a review for you, but to test. One of the things that I love about working with NEXTORCH, they never pressure me on when's the video going to be up. They encourage me to use the tools, that way I can get used to them and actually provide you guys with a much better review. And I think that really says something about a company. For full disclosure, yes, they did send them to me. The opinions in this video are mine. All the cool specs, that's back on NEXTORCH. Interesting fun fact, most people lose 80% of their nighttime vision when they see a light or a bright light. So what that means is once the light goes out, you've lost 80% of your nighttime vision. That's why a lot of times you'll see hunters out in the field, fishermen out in their boats or their kayaks using a low, what I call moonlight type light situation. So that way when they do get up in their tree or they do get to their favorite fishing spot, when they turn that out, it doesn't take that long for your vision to return to a better nighttime vision. Today I want to introduce the NEXTORCH P82C, and this flashlight is actually one of those really bright lights that you would maybe even consider and or call a searchlight. It's got the three modes. You've got the turbo high, which puts out, the high beam on this puts out 2200 lumens, and this thing is bright. It'll actually shine about 300 yards. So if your dog slips the leash, you could actually light up the entire field and scan the field real easily, trying to find your dog. This, if you're a rancher, you're out checking your baby calves, stuff like that, they always happen at nighttime, looking for coyotes. This has a lot of uses, way more than just what an officer may use in the field. Yes, this is a huge flashlight. You can see the beam on this thing is really big. While you're looking at the front of it, it's got this real nice bezel. It also has those glass breaker beads built into it, so for an emergency situation, say something happens, you need to break your window out of your truck, you can do that. That's what this is designed for. This being so big wouldn't be something that I would carry in my EDC per se, but it would be awesome to leave in your RV. It'd be awesome to leave in your boat, especially if you're fishing in places like we are out here in Caddo, where it's basically a big cypress forest is what the entire lake is. You could really see the tree stumps that are sticking up out of the water, or and the gators or any of that type of stuff. This one would be perfect for your RV, your boat, your truck. It does, like many of their other models, this one is IP7, and it's also got the USB-C charging, which is hidden. So you unscrew the front head of this. Here's your USB-C connector where you plug in and charge it. You've got four little lights over here on the side that let you know your charging speed. And then, like some of the other flashlights that we've reviewed and showed you in the past, I love these double buttons. Again, you got the same double buttons on this one. Your top one has got your kind of strobe light type light. The bottom one, you've got your three different settings. So you've got the turbo mode, you've got your high mode, and then you got your moonbeam mode, which would be the one that I would use most of the time. But if your dog slipped the leash at camp, this would be perfect because you can light up the whole campground with this bad boy. And or if you as an emergency response team, say one of the SRT teams, this would make a good search and rescue light on top of the many outdoor uses. If you guys have ever, maybe you're new to hunting. Last year, a couple of years ago, we did a video on teaching you how to track deer. Stick around if you like those kind of videos, because we're going to be using this light this year and show you the difference between just using a regular headlamp and what you can actually see out in the woods with a light that's this bright. I think it'll make finding and recovering your animals so much easier, because this is going to light up the entire forest. Briefly, I want to talk about the lumens on this, because everybody's always asking, hey, how bright is that thing? I told you at the beginning this is 2200 lumens, but what a lot of people never talk about is the candela power. The candela power on this light is 302,000 candela. So if you can think about water going through a garden hose versus lumens, the water going through the garden hose, that power and that pressure, when you turn the garden hose on real high and that stream goes way out there before it starts falling off, that's where this thing really shines, is because it's going to throw that beam, that 2200 beam, way out there. My wife was trying to educate me, sorry about that.
She was wrong.
You gotta love the camera ladies out there. Hats off to all the camera ladies out there helping their husbands on the weekends. So yes, this thing is extremely bright, and the throw on it is super impressive. We're going to take you outside here in a little bit at nighttime and show you how bright this thing is, but it really will. One career field we never touch on, or we've touched on a couple of times in the past. If you guys are linemen, you might consider putting this thing in your truck, because I'm telling you, you can see those power lines from the road, maybe 2 power poles down. And if you guys that don't know, your average power pole is 303 feet, something like that, 330 feet apart on standards. So you guys that live in the country, you can kind of count up how many acres is on this place just by counting the power poles running down the fence line. 330 feet. You guys that are electricians, comment down below, or linemen specifically. Am I right? Am I wrong? But I believe here in Oklahoma and Texas, it's 330 feet apart. Now again, you don't have to be in law enforcement or a first responder for a searchlight to really make sense. A couple examples like we were talking about, you guys that hunt and fish, this could be really a game changer for hunting scenarios and fishing scenarios. Your linemen, your ranchers, your cattle ranchers, and maybe even you don't have cattle but you got hogs tearing up your property. You could light up that field and spot the hogs coming from a long ways off. Think about that for a minute, especially if you got wild hogs tearing up your property. They're a destructive plague here in Texas. The hogs are tearing up millions of acres every year. This thing could really light your field up. And if you're like me and you spend most of your time on the lone beam, or the moon beam that I call it, most people call it, this thing's got about an 85-hour run time. So when you're walking around camp, maybe you're making some morning coffee or getting your fire going or keeping your fire going in the evenings, this thing, 85 hours, do the math on that. That's a long time sitting around deer camp with a good heavy-duty light that you could actually use in an emergency situation and break out the glass window if need be. One thing that a lot of people never really discuss when they're talking about flashlights with a strobe on them is this could very well be something, say you're out and you're changing a flat on the side of the road and you can see a car coming. This might be a great way to get their attention and let them know, hey, I'm on the side of the road up here trying to change a flat. You don't have to be in law enforcement to have a tool that would be useful to keep you safe in the dark. Now I will say this, and I've talked about the 2 buttons on several of the flashlights that I've done a video on in the past, but when you're walking around in the woods and you got this moonbeam on and you hit that button, it doesn't take much, it's a real light push. But if you accidentally turn on that turbo mode, I'm going to tell you, every owl in the country out there is going to let you know their thoughts on this thing, and you'll start hearing them, because it's going to wake up the neighborhood. This thing is bright. So you're out there, you're in the middle of this emergency, your truck's broke down and you've used your flashlight, you've got it on the moonbeam because you're just checking underneath the hood. The lights help you find the problem, but it isn't the tool that you need to fix the problem. And that's where we're going to start talking about the next tool that I have found to be really a useful tool. I've been carrying this around for about a month now. I've been taking it to work with me and using it everywhere. But if you guys are unaware, and a lot of people don't know, that NEXTORCH actually makes multi-tools. This is the MT10. The MT10 actually has 16 tools in one nice little package. And we're going to start out with carry because that's one of the things that everybody wants to talk about. It does have the pocket clip, so it's built in. It's also got the case. Now, one of the cool things that I really love about this case is it's got the Velcro closure, so you don't have to worry about it bouncing off. You do have a little dude loop, so if you got one of those key rings that you've got attached to your belt, you could latch it on that way. But the most cool thing to me about this little pack right here is you've got the Velcro hook and loop with a snap. So if you've got a bag, my main everyday carry bag that I carry is the 511. It's got the Molly all around it. This mounts perfectly to your backpack. That way you've always got it with you. And it definitely has probably the largest pair of scissors I've seen on a multi-tool. Check these things out, guys. Look at that. These scissors are impressive. I don't know, they're probably 2 inches long. I don't know, we could look at the specs and tell you, but I'm telling you, these things are sharp. Think about cutting zip ties, small repairs. These scissors are impressive. And then you fold this up. And then the one thing that, and I've got some other multi-tool guys, we've done a lot of multi-tools reviews on this channel, but look at this. It's spring loaded just like the scissors, which means one-handed operation. So if you've got your hand up in a tight spot and you're trying to tighten up a little screw or tighten up a little nut, you don't have to try to fight to get it back open so that you can get another grip on whatever it is you're trying to address. The blades on the wire cutter are actually replaceable, built in from the factory. I do like this plier set. It's not what I'd call a true needle nose. It's kind of a combination plier between needle nose and regular pliers. But that's actually pretty awesome. And then you've got the standard tools that you would anticipate seeing. You've got the bottle opener, you've got the little gut hook type deal. It does have a really nice sized saw with the center lock, so you don't have to worry about it folding up on you. And then on the other side, you've got a really nice blade on the other side for cutting paracord, rope. Again, with the center lock, one-handed operation, you can shut it back, put it back together. And then you've got some of your standard little tools that you would find on a lot of your multi-tools. So you've got screwdriver can opener, you've got another kind of Phillips screwdriver with a bottle opener, and then you've got another little tiny Phillips screwdriver and what I'd call a gut hook or a seat belt cutter, depending on what it is you're using this for. I think it'd work equally well for either. But you got 16 tools in one, plus a little ruler on the back. It's got a nice little 4-inch ruler back here. Now, for you RV owners out there, these two tools could really come in handy. One's to help you see a problem, the next one's to help you fix it. Think about backing up into your campsite. Maybe it is dark, you got there late. Some of the places that we travel to, it's a day to get there. And when you get there, you're trying to set up in the dark. This is really good for not only helping you make sure that where you're backing up is going to be safe. One fun fact, and if you Google this, you can kind of find out yourself, but a lot of RVs, the number one thing that happens or goes wrong in an RV is going to be loose screws. Because if you think about it, your house is basically it's experiencing a mini earthquake every time that you're driving it down the road, the highway, the gravel road, dirt road, campgrounds, all that stuff. Your house is just being shook violently. One of the best tools you can have as an RV owner just to do really quick repairs is a Phillips screwdriver or the square head screwdriver. And this right here does have the Phillips screwdriver, so you can take care of probably 80% of the loose items in your camper once you get to camp. And it's much better to have a tool in your pocket, your backpack, your go bag, that you can fix a problem before it ruins your weekend. That's what these two tools are great for, especially if you're an RV owner. Now, in the past, a lot of the review videos, especially when it comes to knife and multi-tools, I've actually done scorecards. We're going to swap that up and make things a lot simpler this year. Number one, would you buy this tool? And I'm going to say, absolutely, this has found a place that will be in my Jeep and or my truck, depending on which vehicle I take to deer camp this year. So yes, in my book, it's a win. It's not a pass, it's a win. Same thing for the multi-tool. it is, for the price, this is one of the better tools that you can get, especially when you consider the one-hand operation. Once you get it open, you can actually use this with one hand. I like how it's got the spring for the pliers, as well as these are like the world's largest. Don't quote me on that, but I'm telling you, these are some of the biggest scissors I've ever seen on a multi-tool. If you guys have seen bigger scissors than this, comment down below and let us know. We'll check that tool out next, but these are impressive for cutting zip ties, paracord, any of your camp type stuff. Not to mention, like I said, 80% of the problems that most RV owners have at a camp is going to be loose connections, loose fittings, loose screws, loose bolts, and this one tool right here might be able to get you to even wire crimpers. You could use these for an emergency wire crimper if need be. It's got the wire cutters built in. Splice the thing, fix it in the field, get it fixed instead of ruining your camping trip. This one little tool you can carry in your pocket with the pocket clip. So yes, this has earned a spot in my bag. It's going to be with me, as well as the light has earned a spot in my Jeep or my truck. But it's up to you to decide if it's something that you need. This right here is roughly 60 bucks. We'll throw a link down below. They no longer make the MT100, or I couldn't find it on NEXTORCH website. They are still making the flashlight. There'll be a link down below. If you go to the website, they've got the new and improved MT200, which is actually pretty awesome. They've changed out the blade a little bit and done some upgrades to it. It does come with a little bit of an upgraded price. But on the website, if you use HMO 15, you'll get 15% off whether you need the flashlight or the multi-tool. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. If you guys haven't checked out the headlamp video that we've done previously, maybe 6 months or a year ago, it's pretty awesome. I use that headlamp every single day. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm always outside doing something before I have to go to work. So as we wrap this video up, my final thoughts are this. I've carried a lot of gear over the years, and I can tell you this, the best gear, or the gear that you have or you think is your favorite, may not always have the long list of features of some of the others. It may not be the most expensive. It's going to be the gear that's conveniently made so that you'll have it with you when you need it. I think this is a win. I think this is a great win for a truck, boat, RV. The tools you have with you are the ones that end up being used the most. And in next week's video, we're going to be sharing 10 tools that every RV owner needs to have. We have camped out of several campers, from pop-up campers to 2 different camper conversions that we've done with utility trailer to camper conversions. And we've got a new camper this year. And I thought, you know, it's been a long time since we've done probably the top 10 tools that you might need as a new RV owner. We're going to be doing that video next week. If you like these types of videos, we don't just do reviews, we actually get outside and make stuff happen. Consider joining our family here. We're on the road to 12,000 subscribers. With your help, we can make it. Again, I hope you all have a blessed week, and let's get outside and make something happen. NEXTORCH, thank you for being you. Thank you for allowing us to work with you and to bring these tools and give them some use before we do the video.